Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another one of Mike and Billy's whiskey reviews. This is Billy.
He's Mike!
And this is our third review of the day. We bring you today the GlenDronach 18-year-old Allardice.
What's Allardice mean?
Allardice, thank you for leading me, segueing me into this. Allardice is the last name of the original founder of the distillery.
Dang, he old!
Why that's interesting is this.
When was this? In 1882? What were we talking about?
You know what? I am unprepared. I have not looked at... 1826.
Dang,
1826, it became
like
a legalized distillery. So...
Were they illegal before that? I'm curious.
They were illegal before that.
Bootleggers.
Bootleggers. Just like in America. They're our cousins.
I'm a little
Brits
excited.
are our cousins.
That's real.
That's real.
I gotta get my DNA tested. We should do that just to see, like...
What do you mean?
I'm supposed to be German, but who knows? I could be fucking English. Who knows? Here's the thing. Mike has a story for us, and he hasn't told me what it is yet. And I'm ready for the story!
This is the story.
Of a man named Jed.
Two things about the GlenDronach Allardice. One, even though it says 18 years old in the barrel, this is the 2015 edition. Why that's important is this. GlenDronach was closed from 1995 to 2001. They weren't producing.
What?
Meaning that if I have the 2015 bottling of the GlenDronach 18 Allardice,
That's the very first...
by definition, it has to be 20 years old because obviously they weren't making whiskey in 97. And the 18-year-old guarantee means the youngest whiskeys are 18 years old. I'm not exactly sure why they didn't label this as a 20-year-old whiskey, but I have, from the website, confirmed.
This is not 20 years old, but it says 2020.
It does. Different type of conversation.
That's that wine of Scotch.
But this one right here, you absolutely can guarantee that this 95 edition, the youngest whiskeys were made in 1995. So this is at least a 20-year-old whiskey. And this is a gem of whiskey. That's the first thing I want to tell you about. The second
Jimbo's?
thing, gem of a whiskey.
Jimbo's whiskey, got it.
Gem of a whiskey. It's also a little bit higher of an ABV.
If this was a woman, you could have interrelations with them because it's 18 years old.
Speaking of women and interrelations, a great story about this guy who actually had this, who opened up this distillery. What is his name?
Bill.
His last name was Allardice. I can't remember. It's James Allardice.
Billy.
So James Allardice,
Allardice.
I guess, was trying to get his whiskey out there, like any entrepreneur, and he found his niche in the brothels of London and in the Lowlands. So essentially,
he may have been Jack the Ripper.
So what he did was wrong time.
Mystery solved.
100 years late, but anyway,
it's fine.
He brought this to the
His ghost was it?
Ladies of the Red Light District and sold it to him, I would guess, at a discount.
Oldest profession on earth.
And that's how he got the name about his whiskey out, because the ladies would be drinking the whiskey, share it with their customers, and that's how the word got out about the GlenDronach, which is an unbelievable story. And I gotta say, James Allardice must have been the greatest closer of all time. If I would go home to my wife late, like at 2 in the morning, be like, I had to work late. Where were you? At the whorehouse, selling whiskey to the whores at a discounted price.
To get food on your table.
You know what? That might not even be true. Maybe sell it to him at a regular price, and all of this is just him trying to save face,
or
with his wife.
It could be just like the
150 years later.
It could be like kangaroo. It could be like kangaroo.
Here's the bottle. This is all natural colored and not chill filtered.
Look at that. That is a dark one.
It is incredibly dark.
I've had wine lighter than that.
They describe they describe on the tube here. The appearance is, what would you call it? It's tube.
Maybe they're into tennis. I don't know.
They say appearance is bright deep gold with a tawny center.
Tawny. Man, I used to date a girl named Tawny.
That's brown, bro. That is brown.
Red Light District too?
I don't exactly know what the Brits consider tawny.
Dating, buying.
But if the Brits consider tawny brown, then that's tawny.
I could look it up real quick on Webster's Merriam.
We're all right with it. I tell you what, for a natural color whiskey, obviously sherried, heavily sherried. You know what unique thing about this too? Usually whiskeys are sherried in either Pedro Jimenez casks or they're sherried in Oloroso sherry cask. This is actually sherried in both. So this is should be a heavily heavily sherried whiskey.
Question, Mike.
And I'm a big fan of the Macallan, so I'm really looking forward to this. Hit me, Billy.
Mike. What are they doing with the blue, the dark blue?
I don't know.
What are they doing with the navy?
I like it.
It's usually greens, usually.
It looks classy to me. You know what? We just did the GlenDronach 21. Fantastic packaging. Super
buy it right
impractical. Super impractical. Which brings me to my next point. That bottle I thought was overpriced. This bottle I can get. I have to drive to Bellevue, Kentucky to get it, but it retails for, I believe, $128 plus tax. You got to pay tax in Kentucky.
For this?
Yes. $128 plus tax. So roughly you're looking at about $145 American in Q4 of 2016.
Masters of Malt has it for $70.
Yeah, I figure 80 for shipping. So you're right back in about the same spot.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, I know the tricks. Master Malt's a great website. I like the drinks by the dram. But hey, let's get to this nose, Billy.
Dram it up.
46% ABV, GlenDronach 18-year-old Allardice, super sherried whiskey, Highland malt.
It is just fruit.
Juicy. Figs, dates.
Okay.
Wow.
Very first thing.
Wow.
You know those fruit cakes that everybody has at Christmas that nobody eats? Like, I'm getting that. Like, that kind of fruity sweetness.
Look how dark that whiskey. I know I showed it to you in the bottle, but
Holy
good Lord,
shit.
look at this again.
What's the APV on this?
46%. So
we're not even going to get drunk if we drink this.
It's a 3% higher than, say, like the Macallan 18.
Oh, man, that is beautiful.
And I tell you what,
chocolate all day.
At least in the smell, it's so much different.
Oh, my Lord. Dude, it's
just a basket of fruits.
It reminds me of like a carroty cakey kind of, fruit cakey kind of.
What's it say on the packaging on the nose? It says lovely and sweet fudge fruit component with glacier morello cherries. Fabulously I do get cherry.
That
You know
cake
what?
always has the cherry in it.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't recognize that until they said it on that too. But
oh, buddy,
it is that cherry.
Nice.
It is literally the cherry on top.
I want my He went there. He's gonna say vanilla. I already know.
It is literally the cherry on
I'm
top
gonna get
of
him a
that
shirt
cake.
that says vanilla.
I said vanilla.
I want ice cream now.
Oh my god!
Take it easy. We're doing a video, bro.
This is so good.
Listen, here's what I want.
This is so rich.
Why am I buying the black ice air fresheners? I just need to pour this down my vents in my car. This is good.
God, is that sweet? That is not only the Pedro Jimenez sweetness, but it's the Oloroso deep fruitiness. It's really the best. If you are a sherried whiskey fan, you have to get this bottle. If you like the Macallan 18, if you like the Abelauer or the Abelauer 18, the Macallans, you owe it to yourself to try this whiskey once in your life. This, if you are a sherried whiskey fan, which I'm an Isla fan, but I really appreciate sherried whiskeys. My God, that is sherried. The nose on that is incredible. Taking a sip, I guess.
Holy crap. That's oaky. That is sweet. I get fucking dark chocolate. On that. Dark chocolate. And I didn't really get that for a second. Definitely get that cherry really hard.
It's a cherry with light chocolate on it, with light milk chocolate on it.
Here's what I got in my mouth right now.
Give it to me.
I got like over here cherry, up here like some sunflower seeds, over here some dark chocolate, over here maybe some burnt sugar.
Yeah.
And I'm just, it's a confluence of deliciousness.
Oh man, this is a good whiskey.
Yeah, it made me say the word confluence.
You know, I chose to do this a couple days before Christmas in 2016. I told Billy, I'm going to bring the whiskey that reminds me of Christmas, and that's what this does. If you've seen me in our videos, like, you have analogies, sometimes silly ones, usually silly ones. But my analogy for this one is simply this. It's Christmas in a glass.
Boom.
Keep it simple. If you were born above the Mason-Dixon and you got cold.
I was.
And you know it's cold outside and the family's together and you got a fire going.
Somebody's sick and farting. Grandpa.
But someone's always cooking in the kitchen. Grandma's cooking in the kitchen.
Yep.
Presents, everyone's happy.
There were no presents at our house.
They're baking though.
We were poor.
This reminds me of baking. This reminds me of cookies.
I like your analogy, but here's what I'm getting out of this.
Give it to me.
You're half drunk. You're sitting on the couch. You're a 40-year-old overweight man. And your 20-year-old sexy girlfriend with the big ass comes over naked, turns around, and you're playing with her ass like a little kitten with a ball of string.
It's like that. You know what I think Bill and my friend's trying to say is you feel like you don't deserve this whiskey.
You don't.
You feel like it's just sometimes like when you're enjoying the whiskey, you feel like, you know what?
I feel bad.
I probably don't deserve this.
I should have had a highlight.
This was probably for a better man somewhere.
Better than me.
Superman, Batman, I don't know who the better man would be, but a better man. Maybe Iron Man. Maybe Robert Downer Jr. Robert Downey.
We get it, baby. You don't deserve me.
The water didn't change that much for me.
It didn't open up as much as I'd hoped.
Didn't change it.
But we're rushing a little bit for the sake of time because this is an old whiskey, and you really can't.
And we told too many stories already. Next time I'm going to tell the kangaroo story. Kangaroo story, Rave. Have you seen Raven? Where is Raven? Raven!
Here's what I'm going to ask you, Billy.
Yep. I will make out with you.
Give me a score on this one.
Buddy.
Good finish, by the way. Good long finish.
I'm a 91 on this. Year I graduated high school, bitches.
Highland malt with not a 91 GPA.
I didn't actually graduate high school, you know that, right?
In 91?
I did, though.
In 91?
Yeah. The year you were born. I know. That's why Mike's lucky. Lucky.
Don't talk about
Do you want to know my score?
Makes me sick.
About your sex life or about the thing?
About the Allardice. About what they're tuned in for.
Oh.
I'm going to give this.
She should be a special guest.
I'm going to give
like
this
she could sell this.
the highest score I've given out so far in our whiskey reviews.
No.
91.
I knew it.
This is a 91 out of 100.
This is the second time we've agreed tonight.
This is just a step above the Lagavulin 16 for me. Even though I'm a peated. I know before I said if you like heavily sherried whiskeys, you need to try this one. You know what? If you're anybody and you love single malt Scotch, you absolutely have to try this one.
Unless you're a liberal, then fuck off.
Exclusively matured in the finest Spanish Oloroso sherry cask. I also heard that they put some Pedro Jimenez, but since it's not here on the label, lies. Since it's not on the label, I don't believe it.
You know what? I'm not a label guy, as you can tell.
Cherries,
I didn't wear a watch.
chocolate, oranges. Cherries, chocolate, oranges.
It's literally
cherry, sweetness, fruitiness.
I feel like a unicorn
figs,
pooped in my mouth.
Figs, dates. Get it.
Get in it. Get up in it.
This, regardless of what you have to pay for it, if you're paying roughly $150 wherever you're at for it,
it's like you're eating trail mix. All the different flavors, the nutty, fruity, chocolatey.
it's super worth it. It really is. It's really worth it. This is a quality drink.
If you don't, if you can't afford it, sneak into your Grammy's house because you know she got cash. Okay, she don't use no card. Chip reader, she don't even know what that is. Steal $100 out of her purse. Give her some kisses. Be nice. Go get you some shit. Share it with your granny though. Don't be an F word.
Get yourself some GlenDronach Allardice. 91 for both of us, right? 91, fabulous single malt whiskey. Regardless of what kind of whiskey you like, you enjoy this one. We want to thank you for once again joining us for another Mike and Billy's Whiskey Reviews, and we wish you a Merry Christmas in 2016. Billy, sign us off.
We need you to like, share, comment, kiss your granny, email us. They don't even know our email address. But anyway,
right here.
Send Raven money. She's very poor. I don't pay her hardly anything. It's ridiculous. But she steals from me, so I feel like she makes up for it. All right, we love you. Merry Christmas. We will see you soon. Drink.
Happy drinking.
Oh, I was going to say drink well. I would have fucked that up. You saved it.
I did.
Save the day!
So I'm here for it.